Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Does Boxing. Back with another live stream. We're going to build on some boxing, talk about some news and notes in the sport of boxing. Salute to everybody coming through the building, all the subscribers, you know what I'm saying, first time listeners, all that. I appreciate the support. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the live chat. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. For those listening to the playback, salute to you. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. So, you know, first thing I want to talk about, man, it's a lot of cancellations, you know what I'm saying, due to COVID-19, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I kind of figured that was going to happen. We was getting the cases here and there, but it seemed like lately it's been, you know what I'm saying, picking up a lot and canceling a lot of shows and postponing a lot of shows. So, um, you know, we got to, I mean, for the fighters, they got to make sure they're doing the proper things, you know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, we all know what it is, but, you know, just to touch on some fights that got canceled or pushed back, uh, Gowacki, he's the latest case, the former cruiserweight champion who beat Marco Huck back in the day. Um, he was supposed to fight Lawrence Okolie for the vacant WO cruiserweight title on the AJ Pulev undercard, and he just came down. So Okolie's, you know, and Eddie Hearn is looking for a replacement to fight Okolie for the vacant title. So with that, with the WO, you can't be coming off a loss. I know they had another guy named Michelle Chiesa from Poland. He's fighting this weekend, and they were talking about him stepping in, but he lost his last fight when he fought for the WC title, the vacant WC. He came on short in that fight, so he's out. So they trying to find an opponent. You know, so they still want to keep the title on the line. So if they do still keep the title on the line for Lawrence Okolie, then Gowacki would get the you know, he'll be basically the mandatory since he's the number one guy. So J Rock, you know what I'm saying, he just tested positive for that too. He was supposed to fight January the 26th uh against Dennis Hogan. That got pushed back to like late January, early February. We'll see how the schedule look and how he you know, bounced back from it. So that's another one, you know what I'm saying? But looking forward to see J Rock back in the ring because, you know, coming off that devastating knockout loss, and he's one of the best fighters in that division. And, you know, 154 is the best division in boxing. So looking forward to that. And that whole card that he was on, I mean, it might get scrapped altogether. I don't know what's going on with it. They haven't made no announcements. I was hoping they was gonna make an announcement during this fight week, Spence and Danny fight week, but I haven't heard too much. Um, Speaking of Spence and Danny, they got two fights on that undercard. They had to get replacement opponents. You know what I'm saying? Seha, he got COVID. So they replaced him with Miguel Flores, who was already on the undercard. And then you had Jorge Cota, who was supposed to face Sebastian Fondora at 154. He got replaced. Ahmed gonna step in and take his spot. Ahmed is like 27-1. He challenged for the world title at super middleweight against Zerto Ramirez. So I guess he can make 154. He's dropping down to face Fondora. This kid Ahmed fought on the what card was that? The Benavidez undercard. He was a replacement. He was a replacement opponent. If something would have happened, it was between him and Alantez Fox. He fought Alantez Fox on the undercard, and that fight ended with in a technical draw. I think it was a headbutt, I believe. So he was on standby. So it's good that PBC at least have a replacement just in case this COVID situation happened. Because if COVID happened, I mean, that's a wrap. The whole team got to go home. You know what I'm saying? Um, so but the undercard for Spence, it changed just a little bit. The replacements are good fights, you know what I'm saying? And it still should be a good fight because I think Flores may be a slightly upgrade. I know Seja is an all-action fighter and a former world champion, but him and Flores are on the same level, so it should be pretty good. Then we have a card tonight on NBC that was affected by COVID. Sergey Barbachuk, he's 18-0, 18 KOs. He came down with it. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to fight in the main event against Brandon Adams, which would have been his step-up fight. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Adams is a veteran. We remember him from the Contender Series, and then he fought Jamal Charlo last year. So that would have been a good fight, you know what I'm saying? But you know how COVID worked. So Sonny Dervison, who's been active of late, he fought the last 2 months in a row. You know what I'm saying? He fought Truck Simpson not too long ago, gave him a tough fight, and then he fought Cordell Booker, both southpaws. So and he gave them a tough fight because he's long and rangy. And I wouldn't be surprised, if he do real well tonight. I don't know if he might win this fight, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did because a couple of points. He's long and rangy. He can box, and he's durable. You know what I'm saying? And the last time I seen Brandon Adams fight this low, he weighed in at 156. The last time I seen him this low, he got stopped by a taller guy. John Thompson stopped him. And I don't know if he was struggling to make the weight at that time. I don't know how things are different now. Hopefully they are. But you know what I'm saying? You can correlate that. Maybe he'll have a tough fight. So and then we know about Burchett. Burchett was supposed to fight next week against Oscar Valdez. That fight got pushed back to I think March or April, something like that. He's still gonna fight Valdez, but give him time to recover. I mean, that was a big fight, and that would be all action fight. You know what I'm saying? Something that us boxing fans always love, a good action fight. Even though I think Burchett is a heavy favorite in that fight, but you never know. Valdez is a vet. You know what I'm saying? A young vet. He was an Olympian. He can box, so we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Goes, what's good, man? Salute to you. Salute. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate it. Also, we know about Povetkin. He tested positive for COVID. That fight was supposed to have been November 21st, so a couple weeks ago. And it was so the tentative date for the rematch with him and Dylan White supposed to be January the 30th. I just seen that Povetkin has recovered fully from that, which is good, and he's supposed to resume training. So that January 30th date is not written in stone because his team can request to push it back a little bit, push it back a couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? Make sure he's in good shape. We got the holidays coming up, so won't be surprised if they do push it back. Ali313, what's good, bro? What's good with you, man? I won't be surprised, you know what I'm saying? Because we got the holidays, so that's another one. So that's like how many fights is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like 8 fights have been affected. And then Ismail Salas, that's another fight. He was supposed to train Joe Joyce last week. He caught the COVID. He's training Felix Verdejo, and he trained Seja, who Seja caught the COVID. So I don't know if that shit related, but you gotta be careful because these guys got some big fights coming up. Felix Verdejo supposed to fight Nakatani. You know what I'm saying? December the 12th on Shakur Stevenson undercard. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I know this virus, you can't really do too much about it, but if you get it, you get it. But you gotta find ways to avoid it. And I think, this gotta take better measures and stuff like that. Now, if that's going to affect training, possibly because maybe you only can deal with one sparring partner instead of some team, some camps you may have like three sparring partners, no less than two, right? So let's say now you only can have one, and let's say this one sparring partner don't fit the criteria of your opponent that you're trying to get ready for. Maybe he's the short guy, Nakatani like 6 foot with a long jab. Maybe you got a guy 5'8". You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how that's gonna work. Maybe that's when I guess the amateur experience come into play for Verdejo, who's an Olympian himself, and the amateurs, you don't know who you fighting until you see them in the ring, basically. So hopefully everything get fixed with this. I was thinking, how can we fix this COVID situation? What can they do as like promoters and stuff like that? One thing I was thinking is maybe they get a facility just for the fighters. Like have the fighters come in to town, whatever they fighting it, have them come in. It don't matter. I know you want to stay home and whatnot, but if you fighting in Vegas, they should come to Vegas like maybe a month prior. You know what I'm saying? Get acclimated. Uh, Maybe I don't know. However they do it, but I know that's cost though because you got to pay for a house or a hotel room, whatever. But some way, somehow, they got to stay in one facility and keep that stuff contained because if let's say you go out somewhere and you don't tell nobody, you can run across somebody and you catch it, and then you come back to the gym and you spar everybody in the gym. Now everybody in the gym got it, so it's like so this stuff like a cold basically. So you don't know where it came from. So hopefully they can fix that issue though, because we got some big fights coming up, and I know safety first, but we'll see. So I want to touch on next. I want to touch on the WA. You know what I'm saying? They ordered a couple of fights. It's kind of unusual for them. They normally don't order fights like that. If you really pay attention, they really don't. It may be a fight here and there. And then their new rankings came out Monday night, or was it? Yeah, Monday. So they had a couple of changes and whatnot. Uh, it's to me it's always fun and interesting to look at these rankings when they come out because I can pretty much tell who gonna fight who, or who's in line to be an opponent, or who moved up the rankings. A couple of moves caught my eye. In heavyweight, Bogdan Dinu, he jumped to number 9. You feel me? We remember him. He got stopped by Jarrell Miller and Pulev. He jumped to number 9. So I'm looking at the rankings. I see Usyk is like hold on. Usyk like number 2, Bryant number 1, Usyk number 2, Wilder number 3. I think Ortiz 4, Kanaki 5. So I know Kanaki and Helene is supposed to be fighting again. And then they got Areola and Andy Ruiz in the rankings. They're supposed to fight each other. So maybe that's an opponent for Wilder. You never know. Maybe that's a backup plan, or maybe that's an opponent for Luis Ortiz, or one of those guys. And I have to say, it got to be a PBC type of fighter because the PBC been rocking with them heavy lately. Chin Smoke was good, man. Salute to you, bro. So it makes sense. So Ortiz just fought. Uh, he was only in the ring for 45 seconds. You feel me? So something interesting. AJ, that WBA mandatory, going to be up this next year September. Can you remember he fought Povetkin? And I'm saying he lost the titles and restarted. When he got the titles back, he got another 18 months add on to that. So maybe I don't know what they're doing with it, but Baldardino is going to be somebody's opponent. Don't be surprised if he pop up on boxing scene, and he got a fight with one of these heavyweights that we all know. So that was one thing. 168, similar type of thing. Mike Gorvonsky. He's like a super middleweight opponent type guy. He lost to Jesse Hart not too long ago. He popped into the rankings like number 12 or 13. And I'm like, I don't remember seeing him. So I did my same routine. I saw the look who on the PBC side that's relevant in the WBA. And boom, you got the interim champion, David Morrell. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That's gonna be his next fight, probably. Nothing 100%. I don't got no sources. Nobody told me, hey, LW, he gonna fight this guy, or hey man, I got something to. Nah, I don't got no sources, bro. I ain't made it yet. So I just do this stuff off just common sense. Look how the rankings work, paying attention to it, and then it's piecing together. So I put all the educated guests. Morrell versus Gavronski coming up on a PBC card near you. You feel me? So when it happened, you already know who was the first one that said it. Uh, and then they still got Chris Algieri, number 13. Chris Algieri been number 13 and 154 in the WBA rankings for like 4 months now. Crazy, yo. I don't understand the move. They said that it was because he got a high standard in the sport of boxing, but at 154, I don't know. So I'm interested. I seen his Instagram. He looked like he in some shape. I don't know. What's I don't know. I don't know, man. I know he's tall enough to fight at 154. He's 5'10", 5'11". But I don't know if he's definitely not strong enough unless he on some, you know what I'm saying? Keep it 100. Unless he on some performance enhancement drugs. He can punch he was a big 140 pounder and he couldn't punch then. And then 147 and no punching power. So imagine 154. He's not gonna have enough power to keep those guys up off of him. That's my opinion. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, uh he's number 13. And then I ain't seen nothing else in welterweight that really took my eye. 140, nothing, but 135, some caught my eye. Isaac Pitbull Cruz, he's a number 2 guy in the IBF, secondary mandatory for Teofimo Lopez. He just had an outstanding performance on the Tank Davis undercard. He stopped Diego Magdaleno in 53 seconds. He jumped to number 6 in the WBA. So, like I said, the PBC rocking with WBA crazy to get this guy. He was unranked, and he's at another sanctioning body. And all of a sudden, what I'm saying, now he pops in the WBA. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of weird to me, but I'm looking at it. You got Rolly sitting right there, the interim champion. So, like I said again, don't be surprised that Rolly versus Cruz get made. And that's a fire-ass fight. Like, for action-wise, that's a fun fight. Because Rolly, he coming to bang with you. He don't care. Like, his limited skills or whatever, he coming to bang. And that kid Cruz, he'll look like his nickname fit him perfect. Pitbull. So, I think it's going to be Rolly versus Pitbull coming up in one of these PBC cards. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. So, no source. But back to the WBA ordering fights. They ordered Char versus Trevor Bryant. And Char is the WBA regular champion, and Trevor Bryant is the WBA interim champion. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Char been champion for 3 years. So if they count this belt as a real belt, he's basically been champion longer than like Riddick Bowe, Holyfield. You know what I'm saying? He's been champion for 3 years. Haven't fought in 3 years. He had some positive drug tests and all type of shit. They're supposed to be fought. Then Trevor Bryant, he haven't fought in 2+ years. And he won his title versus former cruiserweight contender BJ Flores. You know what I'm saying? Char won his title versus Ustinov 3 years ago. So Don King won the purse bid earlier this year before COVID popped off. And he was supposed to, make the fight, but unfortunately, he couldn't make the fight because of COVID. So WBA was like, okay, look, y'all gotta make this fight, bro. Like, I need a date ASAP. They're supposed to fight by the end of January. They're supposed to fight. They're supposed to have a date. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to fight by then. So, and whoever turned down the fight, they get stripped of their title. Whereas that's probably the best thing I heard all week. Like, they can strip both of them of the titles. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't really mean nothing other than you can have it in your house and say I'm world champion, or you can walk down the street, go to a grocery store with your belt around your shoulder or some shit talking about you a champion. You know what I'm saying? You have fought in 2 or 3 years. That's crazy. They should make all these guys fight each other, and then whoever Do a little mini tournament and get rid of the belts. Get rid of the gold, the interim, the regular. It's confusing. You know what I'm saying? All those fighters, they should have the interim, the gold, the regular, and then the next highest rated guy. So the interim champion always number two, always number one. So the number two guy. So you got the gold, regular, one and two. Do a 4-man tournament and get rid of the belt. The winner is the mandatory for AJ. Makes sense to me. But it's about money, sanction fees. So, but it is kind of good that this fight finally is supposed to happen. So we'll see. It's been like 2 years in the making. Another one in cruiserweight, Shooting off versus Mahari. You know what I'm saying? Both guys are good fighters. Shooting off, he been champion forever too. He's the regular champ. First he was the interim champion, then he got elevated to regular. It's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? But he haven't fought since 2018. Mahari is a good fighter. He's from Belgium. You know what I'm saying? Good. He can fight. He got one loss on his resume. He lost to Arslan Gazamarian, something like that. Gazamarian is the WA super champion. He's good though. He fight out of France. He supposed to have a fight, but I think something happened with the car. I think they had like some spikes in COVID in France, so the car got canceled. But that's a good fight though, Shooting off in this guy. But they're in the same situation. They got to make this fight by a certain time, and whoever don't accept the fight, they're gonna get stripped of their title. So it's crazy. So then another one. This one kind of interesting though. Brandon Figueroa, he's the regular champion at 122 pounds. His mandatory is running Rios, but Team Figueroa just asked for another exception to fight WBC champion Luis Neri. That's a fire fight. Not mad at that fight. Good fight. But my man Figueroa did duck. This is a duck move. It's under the radar, but nobody really gonna talk about it. Neutral Natural, what's good, bro? You know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna talk about it because these guys not welterweights. So I got you. That's why I come into play. So Figueroa won the title. He got elevated to regular champion. He fought Seha on the undercard of Wilder Ortiz. Seha came in like 4 pounds overweight, right? He still fought him. They fought to a draw. Me watching that fight live when I was there, I thought Seha won that fight. I was gonna be 100. But he was at a disadvantage. Figueroa was. So COVID happened, all that shit. So in the WBA convention, they brought this fight up. But Tom Brown, he's the promoter, you know what I'm saying, for Figueroa. He requested that Figueroa have a interim fight because he cited that, the long layoff and hard to train. And he also cited that Seha came in 4 pounds overweight and it kind of messed up the kid's psyche or something like that. Yeah, he did run. Okay, there you go, twice. There you go. We on the same page. So Golden Boy, who represents Ronnie Rios, was there. Robert Diaz was like, no, y'all supposed to fight us. But the WBA granted, yeah, TGB. The WBA granted Figueroa that fight with Vasquez. Then he fought on Charlo undercard, stopped Vasquez late in that fight. All right. So Rio's supposed to be next, right? So that makes sense. Now they asking for another exception. So to me, that's a duck, yo. Because you know your obligations before you fought Vasquez and after you fought Vasquez. But then you chose to fight Neri. Now it's a duck because he ducked his obligations. But that's not saying I'm telling him not to fight Neri though. I'm not doing that. I like that fight. I think that's all action. And then I seen something where they supposed to make it a unification. Hold on. That was crazy. Because I'm like, unification. I thought MJ is the unified champion, WA Super IBF champion at 122. How is this a unification? Now we unifying regular titles now? That's crazy. Rio should fight MJ. Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that. Yep. That'd be his. Yeah. I mean, I like that. I'm with that. Because here's another catch. So that's what's in the play. So Golden Boy and Tom Brown promotion still trying to figure that out. But Ronnie Rios, I think he lost a Zach. A Zach, I can't pronounce his last name, but Zach is like the interim champion, I believe. Man, that shit is so confusing. But I think a Zach supposed to maybe fight Rios, but both been training at Robert Garcia Boxing Academy, so I don't know how this is gonna work. But what my man just said, I'm gonna put it back up there. Rios versus MJ makes sense because I don't know what's going on with MJ's. Well, MJ have a mandatory in the IBF. He's the interim champion. Asakwa, he got a win on the Charlo undercard last year. They're supposed to fight, but I'm not sure how that's gonna work. So if my man is training out here in California with Joel Diaz and Ryan Rios, he been training at Robert Garcia's gym. That's an easy fight to make to me. That's an easy fight to make. Both of those guys fight on the zone platform. Easy fight to make. So yeah, man, that's just how the politics be in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they should consolidate all these regular interim belts, turn them to one, and whoever comes out on top is the mandatory, and they got a certain amount of time to fight the super champion. And then once you do that, get rid of those belts. That's it, bro. That's it. Y'all don't need to make up no belts, but I doubt it. They're not gonna do that. Um, Another bit of news I heard, well, I saw Alexander Usyk. He's about to split from his promotional company, K2, out there in the Ukraine. I think it was started by the Klitschko brothers or whatnot. So, he was having some beef. He had a complaint about the Chisora gloves. He said there was foam or some stuff like that. Y'all gotta check that out. I seen an article on that earlier today. And he was saying the promoter, the guy, if you ever see Usyk in his interviews, it's a guy always translating. I think his name like Alexander Crusher. I don't know his last name. I think his first name Alex though, right? He do all the translating. He's the promoter, and I guess he was unsatisfied with the way how he was conducting himself. You know what I'm saying? So Usyk, his contract ran out. Boxing ruined itself with all these belts. Yeah, yeah, they did because they made these secondary titles seem like they're more important than the guy you said is the best. Like, there's no way you should have four champions in one division and one sanctioned body. That's crazy. The Igis do not Igis Klimas. His name is Alexander Khrushchev or something like that. He's a promoter, not Igis. I know Igis. So Usyk is basically a free agent. He said they get 3% sanction fee for those belts. They go, yeah, they keep it. Yeah, yeah, I know. That's wishful thinking on my part, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. So it's interesting to see what Usyk gonna do. He in a good position where he is the mandatory for Anthony Joshua for the WBO. He used his super title status coming off of you know, it wasn't his best performance over Chisora, but I was still okay with it because Chisora came to fight, and Usyk needs something like that. Like, that was his first heavyweight fight. Like, that stuff with Chaz Witherspoon, I don't count that. That guy was working on his job. They called him, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll be there at the weigh-in. I got you." You know what I'm saying? That don't count. But the Chisora fight, that's his first heavyweight fight. I thought he did well. He proved to me that he can hurt the bigger guy. You know what I'm saying? That's something that as a smaller guy moving up in weight, you have to have that. You have to know that you can hurt the bigger man. And he hurt Chisora in that fight a couple times. A couple times. So uh he's not, I don't know his promotional deal with Eddie Hearn, but what I understand, it's like a fight by fight situation. And they was working together with K2. So since he's not with K2, what do Usyk do? You know what I'm saying? The Usyk. everybody want fighters to go to PBC. That's their first move. Go to PBC. If you black fighter, go to PBC. But I don't know, man. I can see him signing with Matchroom, and actually that'll make the fight easier. But if he signed with Matchroom, there's a possibility where he can be like, you know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn can kind of say, all right, man, take step aside so we can get the big fight. What's up, G5 Jeff? What's good, bro? Salute, salute. So if he stay with Eddie, maybe Eddie can convince him, hey man, chill on your mandatory, bro. Chill. We're gonna give you another couple fights or whatnot. Or he can go to another promotional outfit and be in position where they can negotiate better. You know what I'm saying? Like they can have a better seat at the table. You're not gonna want to go to a purse bid with Anthony Joshua because you're gonna end up losing all on money because he is a big draw. So whoever fights him gonna make their biggest payday. So it don't make no sense going to purse bid and you get 25% of the pot and you know most promoters not like the highest I seen was 23 million for Vlad and Povetkin, but my man hit me behind the scenes and was like that wasn't the highest was Buster Douglas and Holyfield, like almost $30 million. So that's crazy to bid on a fight. So in these times, ain't nobody bidding on a fight. So it makes sense to come to the table with your team and y'all can sit together and make a good deal and whatnot like that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what Usyk do, man. It's kind of interesting though, because I think he's the wild card in the division because he can box. He do got a good engine, and he proved that he can hurt a big guy. But can he keep these guys up off of him? And can he take a punch from the real big heavyweights like Wilder and AJ? You know what I'm saying? Even Joe Joyce, that's a good fight. Uh, don't know these guys can punch. The big guys, 6'6", 250 or better. You know what I'm saying? 245, 250. Joe Joyce 260. You feel me? So that's interesting to see what Usyk gonna do. Um, yeah. So this a little quick news, you know what I'm saying? I hope I inform y'all whatnot. I'm about to go watch this fight, man. Get ready for these fights tonight on NBC Sportsnet. You got Brandon Adams versus Sonny Dervison, and then the co-main event gonna be good. Actually, two welterweight prospects. Brian Sabello versus damn, what's the kid's name? Brian Sabello. Fuck, I gotta look it up, man. Gomez, Larry Gomez. Larry Gomez is tough, yo. He gonna come to fight, and they got like a WO title on the line, so they got so I guess they're gonna get a high ranking or something like that. So that's good. We've been seeing some good up and coming welterweights the last couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? Conor Ben, you know what I'm saying? Daniel Eladufinov. Mm. So yeah, man, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. What's good, Lost Dawkins? Lost Dawkins, what's good, bro? Salute. They said they sleeping on this card tonight. Yeah, I want to see the females too, heavyweights. Danielle Perkins versus what's the name? Princess Harrison. I want to see her fight. Lost in the building. Salute. Yeah, these fights gonna be good. Freddie Rose got a good fight on the card too. Gore Yevanesian, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Lost Dawkins too. If you try and watch this card tonight, it's on NBC, but you gotta check out their Twitch. Ring City Boxing on Twitch. You can watch that shit for free if you're interested. I don't know if you're interested or not, but you can watch it for free, bro. You know what I'm saying? In the UK. What's up, Ancestral Rage? What's good, bro? What's going on with you? He said, Ben need to fight. Okay, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. I don't know if Eddie gonna make that next. I think Eddie probably give Ben another kind of another step up, like a level similar to the guy he just fought for Miller. Because Marku, they just signed him. And I don't know if they want to put they don't want to put him in with Ben yet because they're trying to make a big fight in the summer for Josh Kelly and Ben. I think that's gonna be a decent sized fight. Domestic type of fight. You feel me? Sporting Advantage was good, bro. Was good. Yeah, it's gonna be on Twitch on the Rain City Boxing on NBC. Yeah, man. If you trying to check it out. Oh, you chilling? What's good, man? Yeah, you chilling. That's what's up, bro. Salute. Okay, I feel you. How your business? Teddy B, what's good, bro? I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, bro. Much appreciated. Thank you, man. What's going on with you? Everything good over here, bro. Chilling, chilling. Getting ready for this weekend. I noticed that the Bar and Joyce pick you read 100% correct. Oh yeah, I because I was watching those fights, man. And I was breaking that shit down one night, and that shit stuck in my spirit, bro. My boxing spirit. You know what I'm saying? My man JC in the building, man. What's good, bro? What's good with you? I was watching it, man. I was like, man, if the bar run out of gas, or what I'm saying, he getting touched up too much, he might not make it to the end. And the bar, he keep going. He keep getting stronger and stronger. And his jab, shit. He won that fight with a jab. I was saying to myself watching it, I was like, because he was hitting with the jab so easy. I'm like, yo, if Joyce had a nice straight right hand, we can go home right now. We can go home for real, because he was hitting him with the jab like like easy, popping his head back, and all he had to do was throw. It didn't even have to be a hard right hand. It just had to be straight. But he can't throw no straight right hands. That's crazy. He don't even throw no straight right hands. Cause I was like, man, we can go home. Like by the fifth, sixth round, I was like, we can go home if he could throw a straight right hand. Cause the jab was killing him. He couldn't see when the eye started to swell. He couldn't see. So if he would throw a straight right hand down the pipe, it meant ball game. Mm-hmm. Ball game, bro. Y'all ready for this fight this weekend, bro? Spence and Danny. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I know a lot of people got Spence. Definitely need to work on the right hand. Yeah, I was impressed with the jab though. But yeah, if you notice, this dude Joyce was throwing that jab. I don't know if y'all seen that old clip of Lance Lewis. I think I said this before, but Lance Lewis was teaching Wilder how to throw the jab, and he wasn't even bringing it back to him. He was just keeping it out there. That's how my man was throwing the jab, just like that. But yeah, that right hand, because he could have went home early if he had a straight right hand. He could have went home early. But that was a good performance, man. He beat that guy with a jab. But yeah, I know this fight, man, is starting to pick up the promotion wise. With well, I don't really care about the promotion shit because I watch the fight anyway. But I guess for casual fans and people to get excited, I guess it's good. So I ain't knocking it. But I like the Danny and Spence fight. I think it's gonna be fun. I think both guys got something to prove. I think Danny know this is his last opportunity. My man Law said Dubois needs to set up a base in United States now and get another trainer. Yeah, I agree. I think that'll help him get another trainer, get a couple of more fights, but don't go down too far in your level. Don't go back too far because he already been fighting really. I want to say not good competition before he fought Joyce. So don't go all the way back down. Just go a step down. Fight somebody that's you go favorite, but nobody you gonna run through in one round. You're not gonna learn nothing. Get about 3 fights under your belt. 2021 should be a get back year. Hopefully everything's straight with him and his eye. I know he's gonna be off for like 5 or 6 months. So hopefully everything's straight. But he got a lot of work on. He gotta move that head. I'm excited for it. Welterweight division at state. Yeah, it can be a changing of a guard. You know what I'm saying? Saturday night. Definitely. Big fight. Sneaky feeling this looked like more competitive version of Pearson versus Spence. Oh yeah, I can see that too. To me, it all depends if Spence box. If he box at range and move his feet and kind of, because Danny is gonna stay. Danny don't really come after you like that. He'll sit there and wait for you, like he did, like Pearson did. When Pearson was moving the first couple of rounds, then Pearson came to him. Danny stayed right there in the middle of the ring, and he pushed Danny back. So yeah, I can see that. His corner man had no plan, no plan B, nothing. I mean, he was looking discouraged. I think he wanted to get out there, and he felt like he can stop him because he's slow and this and that. But I think once he realized, man, this guy Joyce ain't going nowhere, and his team was like, well, we didn't train for that. So, hey, this the fight game. What they say in the corner, this the fight game. So it is what it is what it is. But he can come back though. He can come back. He's 23 years old. Get him a good trainer that believe in him. Get a couple fights under their belts. Work your way back up. Don't go, but I don't want him to go too far down in competition. Like concept, like okay, like Anthony Yard, right? He fought Kovalev. I thought the guys he fought, not that fight he had in Italy. So if you go to Yard's box rate, you see a little fight in Italy. Man, don't pay that shit no mind. He only fought that guy so he can get back in the WO rankings and keep his standing. Don't worry about that. But the two fights he had, well, he about to have a Anthony Yard fighting on Saturday too. A lot of people not talking about that. But the guy he fought a couple of months ago, Dex Spellman, tough journeyman type of guy that he was had to work a little bit and he stopped him. That's the type of fighter he should have been fighting before he fought Kovalev. Now he's fighting Arthur, who is a good boxer, good puncher with the right hand, and he can cause him some problems with the movement. Especially if my man Yard is just standing in the middle of the ring trying to look menacing in the shoulder roll and not cutting the ring off effectively. You feel me? So yeah, I thought the fights he had after Kovalev is the fights he should have had before Kovalev, and he'll be ready. They said Facts Law, and he said left hook to the body. Yeah, 147 born division, born to be honest. I mean, it's just a lot of drama. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of drama. They fight. I mean, the PBC guys fighting each other, so they're just not letting Bud in. Yeah, I agree. I think he will be back and better next time out. Yeah, I hope so, man. He can do it. Lens and Vlad came back, so he can. What Yard is doing, I don't like though. He needs a high level of experience. I like this fight on Saturday. I think he need to after this, he need to come over here and fight. He need to come over here, bro. Like it's some decent light heavyweights domestic in the UK, decent. You know what I'm saying? The guy that won the golden contract yesterday, Bolanix, he called out Yard. That's a good fight. That's a decent fight. You got Peters and what's my man name? Craig Richards about to fight. Those decent light heavyweights. But he need to come over here. He need to get some light heavyweights over here. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's gonna push him. I love the Joe Smith Jr. fight against Yard. I love that fight. If Joe Smith Jr. get the WO, he supposed to fight for either January or February, the vacant WO. I love the Yard fight. That'd be nice. I expect fireworks in a Yard fight. Yeah, it should be good. No, I think it's gonna be tactical. My man Arthur, he gonna be boxing. If he box well, uses jab, he can use a similar game plan to what Kovalev was doing, but he more fresher. I'm not saying he better than Kovalev, but he more fresher. He got a banging ass right hand. He hit Yard with that right hand, it might be it might be over. Yard is wasting his talent at the Kovalev fight. I mean, I cut him a little bit of slack though, because he had a rough ass year. COVID like basically destroyed his family. It took his pops, I believe, and took his grandmother. So I'm not mad at these two fights, Dex Spellman and Lyndon Arthur. I'm not mad at it, but I think after this, it's time to fight tougher competition. So I'm with you on that. Oh, excuse me. I know that's why it's boring. Yeah, because they're keeping Bud out the mix. Yeah, it's crazy. He said never boring. I feel you. I mean, they had some good fights though. All the fights they had, however you match them up, they've been real close. Pacquiao Thurman, even Pacquiao AB was Pacquiao won clear, but if AB would have been a little bit more assertive, that fight would have been closer. You know what I'm saying? Danny Porter, Danny Thurman, Porter Spence. You know what I'm saying? All those fights was good and close. Y'all need to stop fighting in the UK. Yard, I mean, I say one thing about Yard. His shoulder roll is actually better than what I thought it was. I mean, what had to, I gotta watch tape. His shoulder roll was alright. He got fast hands. I think he would be better if he give a fighter a different look. Come behind the high guard sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You give him a different look. You know what I'm saying? He just did the shoulder roll and he's nice with it though. I give him credit. He's nice and he kind of quick with it. But I would like for him to mix it up a little bit. Yard coming to prove a point. Okay. This a good fight for him. Now same recycle fights on PBC. Yeah. I mean, I ain't really mad at it. I feel you, but I ain't mad at it. I want to see Bud get in that, but we know how the politics is. What's good, Vaults UK? What's good, bro? Y'all won't progress on the Tunde. Okay. I heard that a lot too. That he won't. Why you think he won't progress? Is it because you think they too close as friends or something like that? Or Tunde is just not a good trainer, or how you feel about that? Yeah, his dad. Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, that's crazy. Tunde had him locked in a contract, so Yard ain't going. Dang. So I don't know nothing about that. Oh, excuse me. I ain't know nothing about that. But the welterweights, though, I like the welterweight division. It's really deep, though, once you get past the divas. Because Ugas, Lipinets, Mean Machine, Jamal James, Clayton, then throw in the young prospects, the young up-and-coming guys, Ennis, Boots, Virgil Ortiz. You got to throw Conor Ben in there now. Ella Lucinov, you got to throw him in there. Stanonis, the guy from Lithuania, got to throw him in there as the young guys. It's deep, really, but we want Bud to get in the mix. We want Pacquiao to make up his mind. I want Pacquiao. I got a video coming on that about Pacquiao, but I need Pacquiao to make a boss move. After Kovalev, he said they don't need to change a damn thing. I think like I said, I like him to give different looks instead of just a shoulder roll all the time. Because even though he in the shoulder roll, right hands, he can get hit with right hands. You know what I'm saying? If the guy time it right, he got beat with a jab against Kovalev, so he got to fix that. And run out of gas at the end of the fight. He said Danny wasn't impressed either with power at welterweight. That Danny hasn't impressed either with power. Nah, I think Danny Moore, I don't know how hard he hit, but just watching the fights, I think he hit hard. It's a combination of some things. He's a good counterpuncher, so when that shit come at you like that, you like, oh, I can't get hit by that because he's good with the counters. So I think that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's more stronger physically than big puncher. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's a big puncher at welterweight. I think he's a thudding puncher, but not thudding to a point where he's gonna get you up out of there with one shot. You know what I'm saying? So if he banking on that for Spence, he gonna lose. Like if he just trying to look for a big shot, he gonna lose, bro. Spence fighting the same guys Keith Thurman fought. That's true. They all fighting each other. You know, it's up to like I said, it's up to Pacquiao for us to get Spence and Bud. It's up to Pacquiao. That's the biggest key right there. And what I mean by that, Pacquiao can be like, look, he can call the shots. He's the cash cow. Both the guys make their biggest money with him. So he can say, look, I'm not gonna fight neither one of you guys until y'all fight each other. I'm on a farewell tour. You know what I'm saying? He can, you know what I'm saying? I'm on a farewell tour. Y'all fight each other and I'll fight the winner. You know what I'm saying? He got that right to say that. I wish he would come on and say that shit. Let me get his, like I said, let me get his Twitter account for one day. Go crazy. because realistically, it's nothing stopping this fight. Only thing stopping this fight is the other one of the other getting the Pacquiao fight. We don't believe Bud gonna get the Pacquiao fight, but it's a better chance for Spence to get it. So I'm cool with it. Spence have an IBF mandatory, yes, but if y'all paid attention to the moves they was trying to do, they made Lipinets and Clayton for the IBF interim, which means the IBF interim they can hold that title for a year. After a year, they gotta fight. They gotta fight the guy. But that's a special request because Earl Spence is the man in the division and he want to make the biggest fight, or he attempting to make the biggest fight. So he got that leeway. Then Porter just popped on number 2 in the IBF. IBF rarely ranked number 2 guys. So there's a reason why Porter became IBF number 2 against Formella. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? So that tells me Spence is in position to fight a unification if he beat Danny on Saturday. So my point is, a lot of people don't think Pacquiao gonna fight Bud or Spence. So if Pacquiao out the picture, why not fight Bud? But the narrative is Bud should be fighting Porter. For what? It's a good fight though. I'm not knocking it. I want to see that fight. But if you got no you don't got no roadblocks and you got 2 champions, unified champion Spence, WO champion Bud, why they can't fight if Pacquiao's unavailable? I don't understand that. Spence said he's not fighting he said he only want to fight 2 guys, Pacquiao or Bud. Got it. Bud said the same thing. So what's the problem? We don't need to push for Porter. We don't need to push for that. Especially if only time I say push for Porter if he can't get the other 2 fights. Then push it. I think he should push it then. But you always pursue the biggest fights. And that shouldn't be a problem. How's that? That sounds like a problem. I mentioned that before in the chat, and they like, hold on, no, he gotta fight Porter first. What? If Pacquiao don't fight neither one, if Pacquiao don't fight Spence, don't fight you know what I'm saying? If Pacquiao don't fight Spence next. Now let's say Pacquiao, yeah, they don't fight next, right? And and let's say Bud and Spence don't fight next. Then who do they fight? Are y'all gonna be straight with him fighting Quadratilo Akadumov? What's his name? Akadorov? Y'all gonna be cool with that? Oh, y'all gonna give him the same heat like y'all gave Bud? Like, so that's what I'm saying. It makes sense to Bud and Spence to fight after this fight on Saturday if Spence is victorious. It makes sense. That's it. Only if Pacquiao say, I'll fight one of y'all, then okay, I got you. But anybody else, that should be first and foremost. If they go negotiate, it don't work out, I got you. It is what it is. Then we can start pointing fingers and who ducking and whatever. But if those guys are both available, they don't need to fight nobody else except each other. Point blank and period, bro. Ben versus Porter. I'm with it, but I don't know if Eddie gonna be with that. And I think Porter, if that's not like a title eliminator or something, I don't know if Porter take that fight. He said, Michael James, 616, what's good, bro? Salute. He said Spence in the same position, Keith. 3 similar. But I don't know if Keith was calling the shots like Spence is, though. Because if you think about it, when Keith got his 2 belts, he went on hiatus. And Spence was calling the shots. That's why Danny was in the ring the night after he beat Porter. Not the best fighter in the division, but number 1 title holder. Said facts. I question whether Spence is really committed to welterweight. I think he is. I agree. They want fans though. I think they can get fans though. Maybe if they do it in Cowboy Stadium, they can get fans. Bud ain't. And me personally, yo, as a fan, I'm like this. Do home and home, bruh. Do Dallas Cowboy Stadium at Spence, and then do Nebraska, wherever where the Cornhuskers play. I don't know where they play it. They got a big ass football stadium. Home and home, bruh. They Midwest, not too far from each other. That's what I say. But my shit make too much sense, so it ain't gonna happen. But I think they do need the fans though. That I agree with that. But I feel as though if Pacquiao don't fight either one of those guys, they should fight each other first. If they can't make a deal, but like I said, we're not gonna be happy to see Spence fight this IBF mandatory. And if you look at the moves, they put Porter at number 2 for a reason. They know what they're doing. No, don't let the PBC fool y'all, bro. They know what their fighters gonna do. They got a game plan for them. Don't let them fool y'all, bro. I'm telling you, they know. Porter need to run it back with Ugas. Hey, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. He lost that fight. I thought he lost too, but I'm not mad at that. I think Thurman is next. And I don't want it. You talking about Thurman next for Spence or Thurman next for who's Thurman next for? Because Spence said he's not fighting him unless he changed his mind. I'm sorry for breaking. No, you good, bro. 147, we can go in. They all be capped. JC. Shit. Lincoln. There you go. Lincoln Field. Do a home and home. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say, but it makes so much sense. They don't want to make 2 black fighters on pay-per-view. Ooh. Damn, bro. Maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not. Maybe you're right. I disagree. Porter beat Ugas. Ugas had him, but typically Cuban style safety first, then let his hands go. I thought Ugas was up 7 rounds to 5. 7 rounds to 4 going to the 12th round. Well, actually, no, 6-5 going to the 12th. And I scored the knockdown. I had it 115, 112, but I agree with it. He was kind of showboating and playing along with Porter, who was boxing and being a little bit more conservative. He didn't really step on the gas to say, "No, yo, I really won." He just, he just did. He did. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do enough to me to have no doubt. But I was just going that fight like, yo, Ugas won that round because Porter ain't doing nothing but just moving around and pump faking like 3-4 times. That's Ugas round. That's how I was scoring it. So, when was the last time 2 black fighters on paper? Oh man. Shoot. Zab and Floyd, maybe? It gotta be something more recent than that, ain't it? Floyd and Berto. Floyd and all of them got Floyd in it. Shit. I don't know. Scott Frost and the Cornhuskers was terrible. Didn't that dude win the Heisman? Somebody won the Heisman. I remember Tommy Frazier was nice though. When I was a youngin'. That dude was he was nice. He said Porter versus Long. Yeah. I think that's next. IBF interim, give Spence opportunity. I think Spence is trying to make the Pacquiao fight next. That's gonna be his objective. 116, 111, Spence. Yep. Tyson versus man, that shit is crazy. I don't want to talk about that shit. Draw for Ugas and Porter because I don't count that night. Okay, I'm with it. Yeah, bingo. That's why they put Porter in that position. Porter, look, when they say Porter been calling out Bud, I mean, it sounds good though. He said he will mind for Eric Couch. There you go, Eric Couch. He said he will fight Bud, but I'm about what I'm saying the action. You gotta show me the action, and he is the number 1 guy. He's not the mandatory for Bud. He's number 1. He haven't been called to be mandatory. Should he be called? Yes, because Bud for his last mandatory last year December, and we in December now, so it's a year, so it's about that time. But you gotta go read those rules, bro. Like they got criteria of who can be the mandatory. You gotta be the highest ranking guy, shit like that. I'm saying Roy Tyson, last 2 black. Yeah, they did 1.5, right? That was crazy. Hey, they put that pay-per-view at $50 though. That's what all pay-per-views should be. If they put all pay-per-views at 50, I bet they get numbers like that. I bet you. I bet you they'll get numbers similar to that. But so Porter, like he do meet the criteria. You know what I'm saying? He got a good standing. He's a two-time champion. He's the highest ranked guy in the WBO. All he have to do is request it. That's it. So everybody said he called out Bud. He called out Bud. But did anybody say that he went to Paco in the WBO and said, "Listen, I want to be the mandatory. Make me the mandatory." That's all he gotta do. It's a simple phone call. And you think Bud gonna turn that shit down? Man, get out of here. He ain't turning that shit down. I think Bud holding out hope to get one of these big fights. He's not ducking no Sean Porter. That's a narrative. That's a lie, and the truth ain't in you if you said that shit. I'm saying Roy Tight. Okay, I got that. He said exhibitions don't count. Um, so that's what I'm saying. If Porter really was putting that pressure on Bud, they was talking about Bud and Porter for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Why wasn't he calling him out at the Wilder Fury undercard? He didn't do like the way you like. We know the pattern, yo. If y'all don't know, yo, this peep game, PBC guys got a format and a pattern to what they do. I'm gonna break this down before I bounce. They know who they fight off the rip. They got a list of guys that I'll give them, and then they go through them, and then they put them in a certain position. What route you want to go? Okay, we can use this guy, that guy. That's why when they have these networks, when they launching their schedule, these guys already have fighters planned already. They already in the gym working out and all that stuff because they know what's coming. They already know. So every time you see a PBC fighter calling out another fighter, that means they already got the fight already. Notice Danny Spence was calling out Danny because he wanted the opportunity to fight these big top guys. I think he broke the mold because he was just calling out anybody until they sat him down and said, "Look, we're gonna give you a game plan." You notice Danny didn't never say nothing about Spence until he got in the ring with him that night of the Porter fight. They already know. Same thing with Porter and Danny. Yes, they've been calling each other. This Porter was calling out Danny, yes. But until he got in that ring after the Rios knockout, what happened next? You know what I'm saying? So, and then when you see these guys fighting close to each other, you know, okay, they're gonna fight next, or they on the same card, or they fighting a week away from each other. So it's really not hard to figure out. So Bud Crawford is not in their plans. It's not in their plans. The only one that even talk about Bud is really until recently. Spence say something about him that he want to fight him. He always maintained that. So I never thought that he thought anything less. I know he want that fight. Porter just started talking about him. Keith just started talking about him. And Keith before he was like when they asked him about Bud, he just demeaned him and be like, he too small, whatever. Go get a belt. Now they're talking about 10 million. We all know what that means. Because he won't ask 10 million. He didn't get 10. I'm not sure what he got, but I'm pretty sure he didn't get 10 million to fight Danny and Porter, who wasn't champion. Well, Danny was a champion, but Porter wasn't a champion. I'm pretty sure he didn't get 10 million then. So we know what that is. And I know they say this is what they bring out. They always bring this out their ass. But he gave Khan 10 million. Speaking of T Rex, what you think about her going to UFC? Oh, she going to PFL. But I know what you mean. I mean, I think I look at it both ways. I think it's good for her as a marketing standpoint because she gonna get another crop of fans and stuff like that. But it kind of hurt women's boxing because let's say she get good at it and she don't, you know what I'm saying? It hurts the sport. It makes the women's boxing look bad because she's the star of the sport. And other ladies went and did that, but nobody really checked for it. But her doing it, it's like, damn, y'all really ain't treating them right. If she bouncing and she make the most money. So I don't know. But she gonna have to learn how to, you know what I'm saying, do that stuff over there, that MMA shit, because she mess around and get tapped out quick and she gonna be a meme. D Hodges, what's good, bro? Mr. Boxing today, what's good? Salute to you. So, you know what I'm saying? These guys know that they not in the position to fight Bud though. So I just it's really not hard to figure out for me. I think, like I said, it's up to Pacquiao. If Pacquiao tell these guys, hey, y'all gotta fight each other before I fight you, then what they gonna do? That'd be a boss move. That'd be like the best, one of the best things that Pacquiao did in his career, bro. If he came out and made a statement and said that, and then that would put everybody in a frenzy. Then what would be the excuse? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. Like, it's okay to like bash this fighter. I'll mess with him, so I'm gonna bash him. I'm gonna do this, all that good shit, right? But that stuff right there shouldn't deter the fight from happening. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm thinking we should push for Bud and Spence instead of finding ways where he got to fight this guy. Let him, because if Bud fight all the guys Spence fought, let's say he fight Porter next, beat him. Fight Danny next, beat him. It's gonna be they're gonna spin the narrative. Oh, Spence already beat him first, or there's something, right? So I would say, man, let's just shoot for the best fight, the best for real, instead of when it's convenient. That's all I say, because I want to see that fight, bro. I want to see that shit bad, for real. Watch these dudes demand money splits. Yeah, they gotta get to the table. All fans bash Pacquiao, and fans bash Pacquiao. Yeah, but man, we're gonna see though, man. We're gonna see. It's as good as boxing is like in full swing after going through this pandemic and whatnot. And hopefully, like I said earlier, all these we got a lot of COVID cancellations in these fights. Hopefully these fighters can, stay safe and we can get some more good action, you know what I'm saying? Because it's been on a little roll. December. We got the heavyweight champion of the world fighting next week. I know like like times have changed now because it's about if I like Wilder, I can't like AJ, or I can't like Fury because I rock with Wild. Man, yo, I remember like I said, my shit's a little different how I was brought up and the way I was getting school coming into boxing. I know my uncle used to always tell me as a youngin, like, listen, if the heavyweight champion of the world gonna fight, if he scheduled a fight, we watching it. I don't care who he fighting. I don't care if Holyfield fighting Burt Cooper. We watching it. We watching it. If the pound for pound champion, Sweet Pea, was fighting, or anybody on the list, we watching it. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. We got the heavyweight champion of the world fighting. He's fighting his mandatory, Kubrak Pulev, Anthony Joshua. Bruh, nobody's excited. Now, I know he's in the UK and whatnot, but heavyweight champion of the world, that shit used to mean something for real. For real. They was like the most famous person in sports. Now it get deteriorated because all the belts and the drama and all that shit. I got it. But as a boxing fan, I think we all should be excited. Yeah, I just hope everyone stays safe in these fights. Yeah, I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? I think we all should be excited. Honestly. I mean, he's fighting an incredible guy. This guy Pulev been in the top 10, excuse me, for about a good 9 years, bro. 8, 9 years. That's saying something. Now, he's not the favorite stylistic fighter that you would like to see, and I got it. Pulev. He fight boring, whatever. He got a good jab, but we know where it is. But I'm just the heavyweight championship of the world, though. Damn. That shit used to sound good back in the day. What's up, IBT? What's good? That used to sound good, man. Now it's just like, ah, he Doug Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Like that stuff is old. I'm hyped about the fight. Appreciate that IBT coming through the building. So hopefully, man, my platform is to help boxing fans get excited about boxing and get some knowledge at the same time, and we just whatever we can just collaborate on our thoughts about boxing. But damn, heavyweight championship of the world. He said Pulev been fighting safe opponents though. I mean, he fought a lot of good guys though in the division. For what it's worth, I mean, the division really never really been crazy deep. It either be top heavy or it'd be like just decent. He fought some good guys. I mean, he fought some good guys. Like that, nothing that's gonna blow you away. That's what this time, this day and time, the box rec age. We look at his box rec and be like, he fought Shazor, Kevin Johnson. Oh shit, Ustinov. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? But and we'll say that like, oh, these guys is trash. You know what I'm saying? But if you really look at it, like look at the division, that's a good resume, damn near. If a guy that's been in the top 10 consistent for like 9, 10 years, he doing something right. You know what I'm saying? He always been like 9, 10, 8, 9, 10, something like that. And he been like that for a long time. He only lost to Klitschko. So if he was so trash, you know what I'm saying? And plus, Pulev got an extensive amateur background. Like he ain't no punk. But I think AJ got this. So I don't know. It will never go back to those days like when you was younger and it was just no A side, B side, or no that side of the street. It'll never go back to that. Times have changed and whatnot. So me, I don't really like to dwell on it, but I understand it. I can break that shit down for 2, 3 hours. I got it. But I'd rather just what's good? The Watcher, what's good? Watcher, what's good with you? What's good? Black Star Sports TV, what's good, bro? Salute to you. Salute. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just different for me. But like I said, it's a lot of fights though. A lot of fights coming up. All types of platforms. I'm about to get ready for this fight tonight though. So I appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure you guys check that out if y'all got opportunity. You got the fight on NBC Sportsnet. Brandon Adams versus Sonny Dervison. And then tomorrow morning, I don't know how y'all time work, where y'all at in the world, or the afternoon, you got Billy Joe Saunders versus Martin Murray. You know what I'm saying? Then we're gonna go into Saturday. We got Anthony Yard early in the morning or the afternoon, wherever you at. And then we got the big pay-per-view. So, good weekend of fights, you know what I'm saying, for the fans. We can all, watch the fights, learn some stuff, and see how these guys perform. He said Pulev is confident, but he's getting iced. Hey, I agree with you. I think he's gonna do. It depends. Look, this fight right here, last jib about the bounce. It depends on the referee. Pulev can get inside and fight dirty, throw some illegal blows behind the head, hold you, tie you up, and whatnot. Will AJ have a ref like he had in the Joe Parker fight? And not allow Pulev to get off those dirty shots. We'll see. But at mid range, I think he's too slow for AJ. AJ gonna catch it with something coming in. I can see a similar performance to the Pulev Vladimir Klitschko fight, but I don't want AJ to rush it. I would like for him to box a little bit, but when it's time to get aggressive, make sure you're in position to let off those combinations. And please, AJ, bring back the uppercut, bro. That's gonna be there this fight. Trust. People down this is unusual. Yeah, they always. It's not unusual. You're right. Just keep it there. Yeah. All right, fellas, man. I appreciate the time. Make sure you guys hit the like button on your way out. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for rocking with me. That's my time, and I'm out.